Good morning, all. I apologize for the abrupt stopping to messages on the group. What I found was that we're using the group as a place to feel good. We come onto the group because our lives were not doing so well, and we come onto the group and read about all these happy people writing all these happy messages. It's almost like visiting Wonderland again or Disneyland. But this is not what life is about. My job and my role is to transform lives. My idea is that you go on to live a life that is not in polarity, which means that you're not going between depression and happiness, between sadness and joy, between feeling like shit and feeling like a superstar. This is not the purpose of what I want to give you. What I want to give you is that you don't need distractions. You don't need to tell someone to tell you that you're great and that you're worthy. It's that you feel that state within. So our group is a sort of like being in a monastery or a sanctuary where there's peace and everybody's there for one purpose, and that's to increase awareness within, to not become our thoughts, to not allow them to own us, and then we affirm each other into that particular state of mind rather than the feel-good place, because the Western world wants us to be distracted. There's thousands of distractions, millions of distractions just on YouTube alone. You can be distracted for 3,000 hours without any break even to go to the toilet, and there's more than enough distractions. But what we're lacking is stillness and clarity, and there isn't much of that out there. So I want to bring this to you. I want to bring this awareness because there's a massive change of energy happening. There's a massive change of what's coming. And it's not a doomsday scenario, but things are going to get a little more trickier. And if the noise in your head is not under control and you start perceiving the craziness out there, it's not going to make sense to you. You're going to become very overwhelmed, and you're going to be one of those people, and I hope not, that's going to end up drowning in the ocean of your mind and then going on to unconscious behavior. So I would love, as a gift to you and for myself, is to increase awareness and stillness within, so that when things get hectic, we don't need distractions. We don't need someone to make us feel better. There's a massive drive of fear going around, making everyone feel like they're sick, like this whole planet is just dying, and technology will save us all from nature. And the politicians out there are not after our best interests, but yet those politicians are us. We created them, okay? But they're not in our best interest. But are we in our best interest? So do we realize that our happiness is one of those goals that is futile? This is a futile goal that can never be achieved outside of yourself. So the idea is to realize that happiness has always been there. You don't have to go look for happiness. It's always there. It's like the blue sky that's always there. You just have to live in the blue sky, so that you're in that state of surrender and peace. And then you see the clouds drifting by, and that's your thoughts, and that's life around you. So return back to the blue sky. That's the idea. So use this group as a way of confirming each other that we are working towards achieving stillness inside, that we are not needing as much information and read this document or watch this YouTube video so I can feel better, I can understand more. We need to go within. We need to turn down the mind. We need to turn our devices off. We need to say much less. We need to go read much less. We need to understand much less. And we need to engage in life more. Whatever's around you, your family, your friends, your work, music, listen to painting, listen to art, all this type of stuff. But it's not about going to find this happiness, going to find this blissful place. There's plenty of that out there. But I don't want this to become that. I want this to be our place where we go within, where we confirm each other, where we tell each other why it is so important to find joy within and to find stillness within. Because I've given the tools and the techniques on how to do this. So let's use the tools and techniques and make this group about us being ready, becoming resilient, making sure that anything doesn't rattle us. We're almost like what one of the wonderful examples that one of the gurus use is that when your body is on level on the ground, you can breathe fine, you can feel fine, everything's fine. But now, if you go up 35,000 feet, what happens to your body? Everything changes, altitude, breath, and all the rest of it. So what the technology of the aeroplane has done, the developers of the aeroplane, is make that same environment seem the same as on the ground. To you, you think you're on the ground in one particular way. So your breathing is normal and you can eat up there while you're flying through 1,000 kilometers an hour. So how do we achieve that so that when we're on the ground right now, that we are in that state, and if we are thrown into a situation where we don't change our state, we're exactly the same. Nothing changes because we know how to adjust. The altitude, the difference, everything in us changes because we're ready for it, because we've trained ourselves. Not because we needed another distraction and we needed a happy place, but we are the happy place.